Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm here doing a review of Basketball Wives Season 7, Episode 10. It just feels like it's been ages since I reviewed Basketball Wives. It's been like 2 weeks ago or something like that. But just a little disclaimer: Basketball Wives is moving to Sundays now on VH1 at 10 o'clock. So Basketball Wives will no more be on Mondays. It will be on Sundays. I don't know what the change is or why they're changing it, but Basketball Wives will be on Sunday. So this Sunday coming up will be a new episode of Basketball Wives. Now, this episode was mainly three Archer storylines: Tammy and the proposal situation, Malaysia and dealing with her family and wanted to talk to her son about cops and police officers and how her feelings is, and also Jen and her situation about relationships and restraining orders and stuff. So I'm just going to start with and also it was mostly Evelyn, and Evelyn, it was more 4 Archer lines, not 3, it was 4. And Evelyn family involvement. Alright, so I'm going with Evelyn first. So Evelyn said she meet with her grandpa, and they was walking down LA. This is the first time he came to LA to see her and stuff, and cause he lives in Puerto Rico, and they had a good time walking down the streets. And then she explained some details to us. She said that it been a big mystery of her mother not knowing who her father is, and it's like a lot of kids these days are missing parents, fathers. There are single fathers out there, but there's a lot of kids missing their fathers, and it sucks that I'm one of the product of it. Is that when I was growing up, I mean, I didn't know who my father was until I was a teenager, starting close to adult, and I'm asking my mother who he is and what he is. I just want to know who he is. I finally got a relationship with him. I finally got results, and I finally know who he is. But till today, we still don't talk. We don't have a relationship because I'm an adult now. I don't need that. He haven't been there in my life for all my life, and it made my decision. It's like, you know what? I know who he is. I know he's around, but at this point in stage in my life, I'm good. I don't need you. It's like that. I'm good with my family. I'm good with my mother. She's been a strong mother for this long time. So it sucks. I said this to say that is that Evelyn's mother, I think Evelyn's around 40, I think late 30s, early 40s, and her mother should be in her 50s or something like that. And the fact that her mother didn't know who her father was for a long time is damaging. So I guess they did a DNA results or something, and in a long search history, they find out who her father was. So Evelyn, I think her family members, her siblings, flew the father down and met the mother, and they had a joyous celebration, joyous time. She was crying. She was like, "Oh my God, my father!" And Evelyn was like, she kind of wished she was like, "Yo, like I wish I would have my grandfather for a long time before." It's like he's really good. He's a good guy. And the grandpa said, "It's not like, don't think I didn't know that I was trying to stay away from y'all." He said he just didn't know. And that's the fact that is that you don't know sometimes. So when your parents, it's either your parents don't want to tell you, or they don't know themselves. And because they probably was messing around doing things, got pregnant, and she didn't know who the father was and stuff. So it was during a different time period. And so she raised her daughter by herself, and then her daughter had another daughter. And then she don't know who her grandpa is, and they find a grandpa. Now she trying to build that relationship with her grandpa, which is nice. It's very touching. I saw a different side of Evelyn in this episode than before. I was like, if we could keep this Evelyn all the time, nice, courageous to the story, and not turn up all the time, it would be good. So Evelyn, her mother, and her daughter Shanice went to Puerto Rico to her grandpa, where her grandpa lives, and they just see how the aftermath of the Hurricane Maria that destroyed Puerto Rico, lovely, and it destroyed Puerto Rico, and a lot of houses got messed up. Businesses got destroyed. I think they still repairing that state, and it's like it's sad to have that going through. A lot of these people, they work so hard for this bad natural disaster to destroy everything they got, and sometimes it make you feel like really think of now when you take some stuff, you take some little things like for granted, like lights and gas and making food and stuff. People don't have that over there. They don't have food. They don't have money and stuff. And then stuff like that we take for granted and we complain about the small little things. But somebody who's out there are way worse than what we're going through. So you just gotta appreciate some things. So they went there, saw the houses, and then she took her grandfather to her side of the family, and they met the grandpa, and they had a good time. And her mother and her grandpa danced for the first time. She said this is their first mother and father dance, and it's like it's something that she been looking for like she's able to start crying. That is a serious moment. I mean, basically in your 50s and met your father for all this long time that you didn't know, and you finally met him, and now you just lost all that time. You try to catch up on all the time you missed, and just trying to enjoy the time you have with him now before he passed away. And it's like it's loving. So I just like the idea of how they searched for the grandfather, find her mother, father, and now they have a good relationship. It's nice. It's like that. And he said if he knew, he would be there. He just didn't know. And since he didn't know, it was a long time past. So now he knows. I think he's around more, and it's good. Now that he know, he make an effort to be around his family and be around his daughter and know his grandchildren and stuff like that. So it's nice. It's lovable. It was good interaction with them. Then Evelyn went to the Boys and Girls Club and met some girls, and she gave each of them a personalized outfit. I said that's really nice of you to do that. And one girl was crying, and it's nice because they lost a lot. They're young kids and don't realize why they lose this much. So it was like it's good for them to feel special, to feel pretty, and feel something for them. Even though it's one outfit, it still feels nice that they have something that come from the aftermath of what the hurricane did to them. Destroyed all their property, their clothes, their stuff, belongings, and they had to restart everything all over again. So that was nice. So that was Evelyn's little spill. It wasn't too much, but it was a nice experience, different from what we see the Evelyn, the ratchet Evelyn, the bitter, the mean girl. We see something different from Evelyn. Now, I'm gonna go with Jen next, right? So Jen, she met with Kristen. They met at a dog shop. She was shopping for stuff for her little dog, Gia, and I could have sworn Kristen was trying to confront Jennifer about what's going on, but I guess that didn't happen. But Jen was going on and on about, she said, I got a lot of stuff going on in my life, and it's crazy, and I had time to deal with bull crap. And she said, what's going on? She said, I got to go to court because the temporary restraining order she had expired. So she's trying to go back to court to get a permanent restraining order. She said she feared for her life. She's stressed. She can't walk her dog late at night because she worried about if he gonna come around. I mean, I understand that. I mean, people are crazy out there. There will be stalkers out there to come after you. You don't know where you're coming from, and one minute you be good, the next minute you turn your back and he's right there next to you. It's like he or she. So it's like, I understand it, but I was like, come on, Jen, let's move on. So this court thing, I remember we mentioned this court thing in the first episode, and then they really bringing it back. So she went back to the court, and Kristen said, I'm going to go with you, because she said Evelyn can't be with me because Evelyn is going to Puerto Rico. Evelyn came with me the first time I went to court. So Kristen said, I want to go with you. And Kristen said, I'm the type of person when somebody's in need, just stop what you're doing and just go with them and help them. I said, okay, good. So they went to the court, and 3 hours later, the judge did not grant her the permanent restraining order. They said the guy was crazy. They were saying, like, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. And I was like, oh my gosh. So she's kind of fearful for her life. She can't stand it. So, but she said she wanted to talk to a relationship coach because she's making bad decisions in her men that she's choosing, and she was wanting to get some help and advice of how to move on forward and make better decisions. Oh, excuse me. So Jen went to see a relationship coach named Spicy, and Spicy was saying, you know what, I'm glad to meet you. She said, why do you came to see me? Because she said she just wanted to get help and choosing better people because she always in a situation with bad relationships, and she just wanted to know what's going on. And she said, I'm glad you came to me because it was some things you put in your questionnaire that brings some questions, and I have a lot of questions for her. So she said one thing, a lot of things in your questionnaire bring about jealousy, that you jealous of something or you have jealous of other people. And she said she had dated athlete, so there's a lot of jealousy coming from there where there's a lot of groupies coming around, a lot of females, a lot of people throwing stuff at you, and it's a lot of attention they get in. So you feel some insecurities and jealousy about that you have to keep them in. You got to try to do whatever you got to do to keep them happy, to make sure nobody's messing with them and make sure he's not cheating on you. So she said that she developed a jealousy because of that. And now she said she don't want to date any more athletes because she just have a love of dating one. Because remember, she was dating the Evelyn Williams, and that had a bad breakup, so that didn't go so well. So then it was coming about trust, and she said trust is like how you been in a situation recently or before that your trust is at stake. And she said some of her friends that she's not getting trusted well, and she had a hard time trusting people. And then she brought up the situation about she didn't have a role model because she said her parents, her mother, father did not have a good, successful marriage, and they had an abusive relationship or something like that. And she said she looked at her mother, it was like how her mother accepted this kind of behavior and so damaged and so broken that she couldn't see that. So she sees that, and I think she kind of emulated her relationships that she don't want to be alone. And because she don't want to be alone, that's when she probably stayed in relationships where she knows that it's wrong, but she would stay with it to continue on being with the relationships because she don't want to be alone. And I said that's kind of not good, because if you can't help yourself, you're not secure with yourself, being in a relationship is damaging, and you gonna keep making decisions because you're so needy and you need to be with someone. So that's what a lady said, you know what, you kind of imitating your parents, and that's what it trickled into your relationships. So you had to set yourself together, set yourself apart, and think over and think positive and do something different that will help you have better relationships with men, better relationship with your friends, and stuff like that. But if you don't help work on yourself, it's not going to help you in your decision making, and you continue the cycle of choosing bad men, staying with them, knowing the red flags or ignoring the red flags that's there just because you want to be in a relationship. So I was like, so she said that she does ignore the flags, and sometimes it makes her kind of bitter, and kind of make her bitter in ways that she get angry and then she started lashing out at people, and she said she needs to change that. I said, okay, Jen, we'll see, but I guess now you know some things about yourself you need to change, because this little mean girl petty behavior you go towards the ladies and this anger you have towards them is not going to help, and this petty little bullshit you doing, it's not good. So that was that. Then we get to Tammy, right? So we know Tammy and Reggie is trying to propose, right? Reggie is ready to propose. They talk about proposing for a long time and everything. So Jackie trying to help Reggie. So Jackie met Reggie at this little farm area. And Reggie said, "What is this that's going on?" And she was basically like trying to prep him for a proposal. How he proposed. He said you're trying the traditional route, was getting down one knee, asked to propose, and he did that little short little propose and smiled at that, and they started laughing. They had a fun, and she said, "You know what? I don't want you to use this lamb and put the ring around the lamb and have him walk down the aisle and propose." And he said, "No, I don't want you." He said he don't want nothing too theatrical, nothing too big. He wanted straight and simple. So that was that. And then she met with him later for ring shopping. They was searching rings, and he found the right perfect ring. So Reggie is serious. And what we know now, based on this episode, he's serious to propose. After that, they had a barbecue. Tammy, her two daughters, and Reggie. He was cooking on the grill, making the meats and fishes and stuff, fish. And the daughters asked him, he said, Reggie, you gonna propose soon? He said, yeah, I'm gonna propose soon. He said, very soon. He said, within a few weeks. So as Tammy knows that his proposal is coming, but she don't know when he gonna propose. So he told them about what Jackie's idea is, and it was like, and Tammy said, no, ew. And Tammy said, what? And the daughter's like, what's wrong with that? That's good. That's like romantic. That's stuff like that. And she said, no, and the sheep and looking at that, and I know that a lamb is a baby sheep and all that stuff. I can't deal with that. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with that. You just live a little, come on, it's proposal is a proposal. You really want this for a long time. And then this she explained to her that she is like, she said, no, I don't, no. And Reggie, I know Reggie was sitting there being like defeated. It kind of hurt a little bit because she was sitting there and she said, I don't know about that. No, I can't. And she said, what's going on? And she said she having doubts. I think she having doubts. She's like hesitating about the proposal. Said, I don't know. Proposal is the right time. I can't deal with that. She being hesitant, and she said she's not sure because she said she had a lot of things going on right now, and she don't know if the marriage and proposal is the right thing right now. I said, Tammy, proposal is only engagement. You don't have to get married right away. You can have a long engagement. As long as he proposed to you, know that you his fiance and you taking off the market. It's like, come on, that's not a deal. So if you don't want to get married to him or you don't want to propose to him, don't string him along. Because, you know. So Tammy went with Jackie. Jackie met Tammy at a cake shop. And she said, oh, Jackie, maybe the cake shop. I know what she's trying to do. So Jackie was telling him the things that was going on. He said he got the ring, got ready, all that stuff. And she said, I don't want it. She said, well, you don't want it right now? Well, we can do something different. She said, no, I don't want to get engaged. I don't want a marriage. She said, what happened? And she brought up the kid situation because she said she know that she tried 3 different times to have a kid by Reggie, and she got a miscarriage all times. And I think she tried to do the IVF too as well, but that didn't work out. So she said she don't want to get to the position where she later on he regrets marrying her because she couldn't get him the kids. But I said there's different options for him to have a kid. I mean, he could adopt. That's one. Y'all could adopt a kid. It could be your own. He could get a surrogate. Something. It's options out there to have. If you can't conceive, there's option out there to have a family. So I don't think, and Reggie gonna leave you, and he had to leave you all this long time. And they showed a clip that he was like, if she said, if I can't conceive and give you anything, will you stay with me or like that? He said, if you can't give me the kid, baby, I'm not gonna leave you. I still want to be with you because I still love you. And she was like, okay, like she didn't want to believe it. And so she had this hesitance, like in the future he will bring these kids up. And I mean, in some way it is true. In some ways it's not. I mean, I say in one way it's true because if somebody really want a kid and that's what they really want, even if they're trying to mask it and say, oh, I still love you and I want to be with you, just like that, they're going to still want the kid at the end of the day. So it's like, you could try to do options. I mean, if you can't conceive Tammy, it's other options for him to have a kid. I mean, he could, like I said, you get a surrogate, you could fertilize an egg and something somebody else could carry. You could do a lot of things, and or adopt. And there's different options. And if he want to be with you, let him be with you. But you say you want to wait. And she trying to wait. She don't want the proposal right now. And Jackie's kind of stunned because she said she don't know what to do because right now this is something he really wants. And now Jackie is stalling. Because all the time she said, oh, I can't wait to be married to him. I want this. But now you saying, oh, we should wait. I don't want the proposal. I don't want this. I said, make up your mind because if you don't know what you want, why are you stringing this man along? Strong really wrong. I mean, if he didn't want kids and he sacrificed not having the kids because he still loves you, let him. He still will love you. And she said, what about you have a contract saying that we can't bring the kids up in it? She said it won't be fair for him. It won't be fair. I mean, don't have a contract and have him sign it. And when he deep down, he really wants something. But that was that. So Tammy, get it together and know what you want, because if you don't want this guy, you don't want to marry him, or because you can't give him the kids, so you feel that kid thing gonna keep brought up, just let him be so he could be move on. She said she would be heartbroken, but she won't understand that he moving on to do what he wants. So lastly, we get Malaysia. Malaysia's story is that she afraid of cops. She said she told her a story that her brother, I think I remember what season ago that she told us this, but she did tell us that her brother did got shot by the police officer because the police officer made a mistake of thinking that he had a gun when he didn't have a gun, and then shot him right in the face or something. I think she was there or something, or they shot him, and she finally knew. So she's been terrified for cops since then. I don't think she has a fear of them, because she said she can't stand to be around them. She gets nervous when she's standing next to them or she sees them. And I think it's more of a traumatic experience that she had experienced of her brother getting shot by a police officer, and that would trigger her fear towards them. And I said that's damaging. And so she said she at the point she needs to talk to her son about police officers. And people might think that she's always stressing it. I said it's not, because at this day and age, where freaking women and guys are getting killed, especially the African American community is getting killed for no reason, and they don't have any crime records, they have no criminal history records, they have no weapons on them, but they're getting shot just because they have a fear of that you gonna do something to them. You're supposed to protect these people, but you gonna shoot them because you fear them. You the one who got the guns. It's like, as long as if they was a gang member or something like that, it's a story. They may have guns on them. But if it's an innocent person who they actually scared of you, or you post them, and they try not to do nothing, try to do everything do whatever you say, and once they make a slight move or something, and you think that something's gonna happen, you shock them right away. Like that's like a trick. Y'all trigger happy, and then y'all get away with this stuff, and nothing's gonna happen to you. So it is a tough time, and you do need to talk to your kids about being a black male in the United States. It's sad, and it's like when I'm growing up, that's not something we was talked about. We supposed to talk about school and your education and having a career. Growing up in the 90s, that was the focus point. What you gonna do when you get older, so like that. We was never any talk about police officers until later on, the late 90s, early 2000s stuff. When 2000 hit, that's when stuff happening with the Evelyn and Amadou Diablo get shot 41 times. It was a lot that happened, and then that's when the movement started happening with a lot of us black kids is getting shot by police officers, and they be innocent, and it's usually young ones too. And we have some older ones, but it's usually young ones. So this is tough talk. You need to talk to your kid. And when they get older, when they understand things like 10, 11, that's a perfect time, because these kids is getting shot at a young age now, and teenagers and young men, and they not living long enough to survive. And the fact that you need to teach them how to be a black male, and how to deal with officers that when they come to you, don't move, just freeze, and show them that you're freezing, that you don't want to get shot. That's like damaging. So Malaysia had to have this talk to her boy, and the fact that she is talking to him, and she finally told him the reason why she's so like hard on him about putting him hoodie on, because that's the first thing they think, that you have a hoodie on, that you are a criminal or you're a gangbanger or something like that. And just a boy, you could be just a boy having a hoodie, but they think something different, and they think you are something else. So that's what she be on hard on him, and she was asking questions, and I think how she was asking him. She said, "You know why I was asking you this?" And have him answering, and we feedback on him, and he answered, and she pick it back on his answer and saying something else, and then she explained to her why she felt this way, and she finally told him that his uncle Dante got shot by the police officer because they thought he had a gun, and they shot him. So that's why I've been protecting you, and it's coming around, and it's like I said, this is talk you need to have your son. It's your sons, and it's tough. Like any freaking black female who have a black young boy or have black young son, So they get a certain age when they start 10, 11, you gotta have this talk with them because it's sad. It's sad we live in a world right now where we had to have this talk. And when I was growing up, we didn't have to have this. All we thought of, all our future main concerns was we would get a job, how we would get our own place, being independent, making your own money, having a career. That was the major things now. Now we got to figure out not only you trying to live, survive, you got to how to live with a black man, how to live, survive, and interact with police officers. All that extra barrier when you should just be focused on getting a career, getting money, and being independent. But now we have to think about those extra layers in this society. So that's why I ended with Malaysia story because that was touching because as a black male it's tough and it's scary to me now that if I go out, that's why I try not to do things that will make cops look at me, not trying to hang out with the wrong crowd, not trying to look a certain way. It's like it's tough that you have to think about these things and you should just be just living your life. That was my episode. That was my review and recap of Basketball Wives. Hope y'all liked the review. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to y'all later next week. Remember, Basketball Wives is coming on Sundays now. No more Mondays. Come on Sundays. Talk to y'all later. Peace.